Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Podcast, a proud member of the Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Butch Russell sticks around to settle a score with Ray Jackson involving an ice cube. Jeffrey Daniel takes his abuse well and keeps trying his same jokes. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence.
All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith. Still waiting for Raymond Jackson to come wandering
He's
in, but
always
that's
late.
okay. Yeah, that's all right. That's all
Make
right.
a big entrance.
That's all right. Jeff Daniels is in.
Yeah,
Nope,
it's close
Jeffrey
enough.
Daniels.
That's
Jeffrey
close
Daniel.
enough.
I got everybody excited for somebody funny.
Yeah, I'm not Harry by any means. I don't pal around with Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Jeffrey Daniel is our guest in here. Butch Russell is still our guest co-host.
First time meeting.
But you've never
morning.
met
Good
Butch
morning.
before?
Good morning.
Good, yeah.
He doesn't get out much.
Neither do I. So
He goes to sleep early, has his dinner around 3.
Yeah. I'm usually in bed by 7, so I'm well overdue right
Yeah.
the porch light is on.
now. Yeah.
It's all
Time to
right.
be
You
in
just nod off. We'll keep going.
Okay. All right, as long as you wake me up, that's fine.
It's good to have you in. This is your first time on the show. Have you listened to any of the shows?
I have not.
This is full
I
honesty.
have not.
time.
I've just listened to you talk about it here and there as
Man,
we've bumped into each other. I know it exists. I know I speak into the microphone to purvey thoughts,
That's how it works. Yeah.
and that's where we're going with it. Yeah.
But that's okay. Well, usually when I have a first time guest on, I try to make sure they listen to a little bit of the show so they know what they're in for.
No one told me to do that.
Because our first segment of the night is going to be naked time.
Oh. Well, I'm always ready for
That's
that.
why I dressed up.
It was Butch's idea.
Yep, yep.
As soon as he saw you,
Yep,
so that's
exactly.
a compliment right
I'll,
there.
I'll
So,
take
yeah.
it. Yeah. I'll take it any way I can get
I
it.
told you not to. Hell, Don, I get embarrassed easy.
Well, we're gonna have to tell eventually.
I'm always ready for naked time. Or bring the outfit with me.
That's perfect. No naked time. But
No.
I always try to make sure people listen to the show to decide if it's something they really want to be a part of. Because
Okay.
I've actually had somebody that tried to blame me for their comedy career not taking off.
Well, I
Yeah,
can't blame
somebody
you for
told
that.
me they hadn't been booked on. No, they didn't tell me. They told my former co-host that they hadn't been booked on a comedy show since they did my radio show, and thinks they got blacklisted.
Shame on you, Don. Why do you do that to people?
It's like, no, that's not the reason.
Gosh.
The reason is you steal people's jokes from the 40s and pass them off on your own. Fresh stuff.
Yeah, it's not gonna cut it.
Yeah. And this person was pretty much insane.
Well, he was stealing jokes and trying to
Yeah.
pass them off. I mean,
See, here's-
that's insane enough.
He was trying to get booked to do the show because after the first time he was on, he tried to get a hold of me again to get back on after that comment. And I said, no, I don't want to damage your career any further. So I didn't have him back on. Now, here's what he did. He looked through the phone book, and he called until he got a hold of my former co-host.
Wow.
Just picked the last name and called and called and called and called. And the reason we know this is my former co-host's dad answered the phone, and it was this guy looking for him. Here's the funny thing. About 2 weeks later, of course, my last name's Smith. It's going to take a while.
It'll take a while.
About 2 weeks later, I got a call from some random old guy that asked for Don Smith. And I said, well, who is this? Because I knew exactly who it was. And it's like, if somebody's got the time to sit there and call every
them
Smith
Smiths,
in
yeah.
the phone book, that person is a lunatic.
Yeah.
Well, he's lucky your first name starts with a D because
Right.
it's not very far into the alphabet that way. But man, that
But
takes,
yeah, well, I told
that's
him
perseverance.
I told him there's nobody here by that name. So he had to keep going.
Yes.
Because I am a mean, terrible person.
That's wonderful, though. That is wonderful on a
Because
new level
as
of
soon
wonderful.
as I heard the voice, I was like, no way. And I goes, Nope, nobody here by that name.
Wow. He's probably still going through the phone book.
This is the Smythe residence.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was an interesting chapter in the history of the Life radio show. One that we don't care to relive.
No, but it's fun to bring it up from time to time.
It is fun. It is
Wow.
fun. I'm not going to mention his name, but he was actually a fun guest. Just loony. just loony.
Well, I won't blame you for my comedy career going nowhere. It's already going nowhere.
Right.
So.
Well, that's
Wheels
why
are
I
already
tried.
spinning,
That's
buddy.
why I try to
I
get
mean-
comics on that I know have no future.
Oh, well, wonderful. I take
just
that
wait
as a
a
compliment, too. That's why this is not my day job.
You're switching to film, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm
you're switching
good.
to acting.
Film
so
actor.
Yeah, I'm not going to destroy that. It's just the comedy.
Oh,
I
my
didn't destroy.
gosh.
I didn't destroy your comedy, Butch. That was you. No.
Most
I can stay
comedians,
at home and get this abuse.
most comedians have no problem destroying their own careers.
Oh, that is for sure. Just, I mean, like, are you talking about what's his name? Are you talking about?
I was not bringing up
Louis
anyone.
C.K.?
No, I wasn't bringing up anyone in particular. I was actually.
Hold that thought. We gotta open the door.
I can't. I'm allowed to keep talking just because you walked away. We can keep
It's
talking, right?
Ray Jackson.
Ray, what's up, man? You're good.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
Are we not allowed to keep talking when you get up,
we are
Don?
live, so we are
Right
live
now.
right now. We had to keep going. We
So,
were going.
It doesn't cut off. It
we
doesn't
were
cut
going
off.
to postpone, but
I'm tired from looking at the kids working out in the gym when I just walk past.
oh yeah, that'll wear you. That actually used to be my workout program. I just sit outside,
Just watch.
watch them through the window. And,
I was
yeah,
doing that on the way up, but I started looking in the windows. They told me to move on. So.
Yeah,
You need
it'll
to
get
work
you.
out when you 20 years old, man. What are they doing? You don't even need to work out.
It'll get your heart rate
They're
up.
picking up
looking at
dates,
them.
right?
Yeah, that's really what it is. That's a social thing in there. That's
I was like, good Lord. People in shape, trying to stay in shape. Yeah, that's great.
yeah. Well, if they don't keep doing it now, then when they get to be my age, they'll look like me.
I just said
I just let my natural girth stretch my skin out, and
Right. Yeah.
with the
He
help of
said
a couch.
girth.
I said girth.
Girth.
with the help of a couch, and
You weigh what? 170?
I weigh about 210.
210?
I was 170, like all the way up.
Very
through.
girthy.
Yes.
That was great, yes. I'm
I
wide.
wasn't peaking.
I
Little
weighed
thicker than
15.
most. Little thicker than most.
Ray's looking up some porn right now.
No, we
The
about
last
to go
guest
live,
is-
man.
that's
The last
that's
guest was
porn,
doing
that's
that.
the porn seat right there. Actually,
Yeah, we
'cause
about to
that's-
go live. I ain't no.
Gonna say before you got in, Titus Wayne was over there looking at porn. On
Oh
the
yeah,
phone, so,
Titus.
So if you stick to the
What
chair,
was he here? Was he picking up somebody for Uber or something? Why was he here?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh, so hey, Ray, how's it going?
Yeah, that's where we're at. That's
where
where we at now, Pete. For the 6 of y'all listening, that's where we at right now.
No, it went up to 7 about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Just when you walked
I'm
in.
good, man. I'm good, man. Just been busy, man. Trying to stay relevant, man. Trying to stay relevant in the city of Dayton. Hell, that's about as
Well,
relevant
you're doing
as I am.
stuff that I did. Aren't you doing stuff in Chillicothe too?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
Shoot, thanks, man. I forgot. Chillicothe Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
I've seen that on
a
Facebook.
week from
yeah.
yesterday. That'll confuse you.
Cool.
It's easy.
You
to
on
confuse
it
Butch.
too?
No, I'll be in Chicago on Monday.
Oh, okay. He said it like he was there, though. He said it like, yeah, you
knew
know
about
more
it. He
about.
knew about
Are you
it.
my manager?
I watch you,
You
man.
know more about what I do. Damn stalker.
He just looks for any possible reason to bring up that he's going to Chicago.
That's right.
In
That's
the,
all
any
I need.
conversation.
That's all I need.
He goes through the grocery store now. I'm going to Chicago.
Yeah.
on Monday.
People I walk up, people I know. Hey, I'm
Can't
going to
see you, right?
Chicago.
You're like hanging out around the corner and shit. I feel
Yeah,
like
That's
that put
okay.
me over
That's
here.
There we go.
What did you just say?
I just
Yeah,
said I
the-
couldn't
the-
see
you
right.
heard what he
I felt
said.
weird.
I
He's
was
like
gonna
hiding
go
around the
right
corner.
back.
So I just
I
see
heard
this.
He gotta be. He
this
can't.
red fucking-
Don't get out of control like me. I used to be a teacher. I can talk reckless and still control myself. So you can't talk if you can't control yourself. Now calm yourself down.
Exactly.
You got me excited.
Don't get us taken off, man.
Yeah.
They still got to pay
keep
for
my-
another center. They can't afford no fines.
Yeah.
The Nutter Center's sinking. Before long, they're not even going to have to. It's going to be a football field.
This is like UD's little brother over here, huh? This is the little brother of UD. Cause
that's their stepbrother.
UD is like remodeling the whole house, and y'all over here, man, I need to like sell some candy bars or something, man.
We need to do some
doing
fun.
They've cut their budget, right?
The same basketball court.
They've cut like $3 million. They got to cut off $3 million.
It's still out there. Take the court.
There's no money. There's no. In fact, I'm wondering if
the
teachers are going to be.
That's why you working for free. They just let you hang around.
Exactly.
And you got a meeting with HR tomorrow. We won't be here tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeff.
We can't afford
my
it.
fault.
We can't afford it. You're not even paying me. I know. That's why it's killing me to fire you.
I keep my big mouth shut.
Yeah, we're not paying you anything, and we're going to have to ask for a little something back.
Yeah, you owe them $5.
Yeah. You worked for Wright State too, huh? No, I left Wright State of my own accord because I was working here as a maintenance man, but they don't pay well, so I headed on out. And with all the budget
back.
cuts and everything, well, no, I'm not back.
No,
I'm a student. I'm a student of life. I'm a lifelong learner. And I'm working on a master's degree that will probably do me no good. I'm really just avoiding paying back student loans. Is really all it is.
I think you're going for like the guru degree because it's like a 30-year degree you're working on here, man.
No,
How long you been
took
here? How
a
long
long
you been
break in between.
Okay. I was gonna say
Like,
if you were here
20 years.
Yeah,
I took like 20 years off.
You're just
in
hanging out.
classes.
That's you're way past doctorate. You're in.
Down in here like it's prison. Like I got 6 more years.
Yeah. Yep, I'm almost out. Try to get out on good behavior, actually. But that's the problem. That's the problem is the just have to pay so much when you get out. That's when all the payments start. That's when the heartbreak really occurs.
Just don't ever let that 6 months occur. That 6 months out of high school or out of school.
Yeah.
That's when it starts. Don't let that ever happen.
Just keep it going. I know a fellow
Every
that
4
actually
months you take in a re-up program somewhere.
I know a fellow that actually continued school, so he didn't have to pay his student loans. Who is now retired. Still taking classes.
He hustled the system.
Good for him.
Still taking classes.
Good for
His
him.
wife
Right.
works for the school, so they don't pay much of anything.
Wow, that is working a system. You're bringing it dry, boy.
Absolutely.
It's
Yep.
ooh.
Yep. I don't even know if he has a degree or not. He just he's been working on it
He
for
doesn't need
45
one.
years.
He's retired. He doesn't need a degree.
Yep. Yeah. What good's it going to do at this point?
Man.
So how was the spoken word Sunday at Hannah's?
Spoken word Sunday at Hannah's 6 to 9 on Sundays, 121 North Ludlow Street in beautiful downtown Dayton, across from the convention center next to Subbies. Look like I read that off of the
Man, he said that
That's
times.
the
So it's not on Mondays anymore,
That's on the
Rick?
bottom of the Talbot
No,
Tower.
we still got a happy hour Monday.
Okay.
Comedy
All right.
happy hour at Hannah's. But we're doing spoken word right now. And it went well. It's been going well. We've been having a blend of singers, poets, musicians, and comics.
Nice.
Wendy Ferguson brought down the house.
Oh,
she's
she's funny,
so
man.
funny.
I seen her once in a
She's
while.
so
Incredible.
Crazy.
I mean, so much from so little.
There's no
Yeah.
throwing ice cubes, are they? You don't nobody throw ice cubes at Hannah's?
No.
Okay,
none
great.
of that.
Great.
Don't start causing problems.
That's right. It's all right.
Behave
Yeah.
yourself.
We got to work.
See,
on this.
Butch shared a memory of when he was first starting out, and you threw an ice cube at him when he was on stage.
Reminiscing.
God, dog.
We just
They
reminisce.
ain't got that
Reminisce.
on
Yep.
video, do they?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do have it on
my
video
God.
somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, I got it on video.
Did you react when you got hit?
It was hazing, man. You know when the new guy
Yeah.
it was hazing, man. I
Yeah.
remember I first started. They cut my mic off on me, man, on purpose. They just easily. I didn't know what was. I kept playing with the mic cord and everything. They was back there laughing. That was, me and Butch, man. We vets, man. We've been in this thing for a while, man. So, it was comedy's changed. It's changed.
Yeah,
It's-
big time. Yeah, it has. It's
it
changed
was-
a lot.
It was more.
Back when Haney was down there, and what was that boys run the door?
Jim. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a completely different club back then. I think it's gone to the better since then.
Yeah,
Yeah, you better
it was
say.
organic.
Yeah, I
stuff.
do. Yeah. Well, only because you're the owner. That's why I said that.
Yeah. You supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, that's what it says on my card right here.
Yep, that was part of your contract when you signed up for that. I'm going to dock your pay.
And that must
another
have been
contract.
Yeah.
It must have been nice moving
Another
from like.
contract to screw you over.
Oh man.
I was just saying, it must have been nice moving to paper from stone tablets and stuff back when you guys were first starting out, right?
The hell's he saying?
I don't know.
I'm calling you as old as possible.
Okay.
I'm sitting here. Like,
Parchment.
I don't
Do you
know.
remember? Do you remember the invention of
Where's your
parchment
stone
paper?
tablet at, Ray?
Yep, comedy.
I ain't
Yeah,
No, that's
we're in real
older than
tablets.
me.
We use real tablets now, not stone tablets.
Comedy's changed a lot.
And a chisel.
Used to
Yeah.
be funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Very nice.
This is really just a show people
That
come
was
on
lovely.
to get abused.
That's fine.
Really?
That's fun. That's every time I get a mic. It's abuse, man. It's abuse and degradation. And I'll take it. Just move on.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, you got to develop a thick skin.
Oh, yeah.
You know. I've been working on my thick skin for years. And I think it's more than just the skin that's thick.
Oh, you got to have some thick skin. I
Oh,
tell you.
absolutely.
Woo, big
Absolutely,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was your worst on stage experience, Butch? When other than getting ice cubes thrown at you, what was your worst?
Probably this last fireworks competition because I'd never done one before. So, and I might have had a couple of drinks the night I was signing up for it online. Maybe.
Okay.
So I signed up for it.
No,
And
you
then,
was drunk.
Yeah, that's right.
so I signed up for it, and then when I seen the list of all of them that was going to be on there, it's like, this is what I do. So, but I got there and totally, like I do every time I get on stage, I suck. So that was lady in the front row just got my mind off of my whole skit, and I just went off track, and glad the 5 minutes was over very quickly. So yeah, it sucked. But I'm used to that.
Right.
I'm
right.
used to getting on stage and sucking. So
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing new to me.
You're just not used to paying the entry fee.
Right,
to do it.
exactly. Yeah.
If I could be crappy
Cost
for
me
free, I don't have to do that.
I paid for this shit. Stuff.
I done told y'all to calm yourselves down.
Man, I tell you, Butch. So,
FCC gonna come here and shut them down. They're gonna try to blame it on me.
Yeah, it's Ray's fault.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one wasn't even my fault. You
you're
can't.
Brian here
Campus-
playing that
campus
hip hop
police.
music.
Campus police going to come in
Can't
here,
do
pin you to the floor. That is
I
wrong.
tell you what, police coming here, I ain't running.
You ain't got nowhere
That's
to
the quickest
run.
way to get shot by
That's
police.
right.
Like
You're right.
that.
Don't run.
Take off running. They be thinking you're a video game nowadays. They're like, I'm gonna take my chances with the court. Bam!
Yeah. Just holler, hands up, don't shoot.
That I don't think that
Oh,
works.
that don't work
either.
either,
Yeah,
does
that
it?
doesn't work
No,
either.
No,
Yeah.
none of it works.
That just makes them mad, Butch.
That's right. Okay, my bad.
Well, Jeff, what was your worst on stage experience?
Worst on
other
stage
than your
so far.
So far,
yeah.
the best is yet to come.
Oh, probably.
Or
Yeah,
the
if I'm
worst.
looking to, next week's
I don't know.
going to
It's
be
all
terrible.
it's all just blurred into a big ball of fury and hate from just different bars they're no one there. You know, like performing for 6
Yeah.
comedians. As much as I like performing like a couple of new material and stuff, after that they've all heard it.
Yeah,
and-
you can't get good feedback.
I mean,
even
I've
on
been
new
heckled
material.
a couple times, but I kind of handled the heckler a little bit. I haven't really had a crowd get away from me, been ultimately booed off a stage or anything like that. I've had, sets that were supposed to go 6 or 8 minutes that I cut down to 4 because I just didn't feel like it was going.
How long you been doing
Walk
Hey,
comedy?
that sounds like
Little-
you're talking
about
about
a
the
year.
sex life.
About a
A
year.
little over a year, yeah.
What's that?
You sound like you was talking about the sex life right there.
Yeah, if I cut it down to 4 minutes, save some more time off of it. Going for the record. I'm done. That's it. There it is.
Yes, I mean, I haven't had just one that sticks out as the worst. I've had a few
So you
bad
got
ones.
an innie.
'cause- Yeah, it's coming in.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Like me.
It's coming though. Yeah, I mean,
out.
I have no dreams about it. I know it's going to come eventually. I mean, I've had, like I said, sets I just didn't want to be on stage, even 2 or 3 minutes into it, even hitting jokes that I thought were, have hit on other crowds. So it's coming. I'm just waiting for it patiently.
You're talking about a worst
A
moment's
bomb,
coming? Yeah.
Yeah, a bomb.
So
Like
you
I don't consider anything I've done a bomb yet. I've gotten at least, normally when I tell a joke, I'll get a crowd of 3 people here and a crowd of 3 people there kind of laugh at it. I have jokes every now and then that that depending on how they're delivered, I've had a whole crowd erupt and say, yeah, and stuff. I've shut down a heckler, and that made a crowd explode. I seem to remember the good times more than the bad so far, I guess.
That's probably the best way to do it.
Well, good
Maybe
for
I'm blocking
you.
them out. Yeah, I seem to be blocking them out.
That's what it is. You just don't review.
Every
you just block
other
those
comedian
ones.
is saying.
I can't do that.
Can't block them out?
Because they all suck. So
Oh,
they-
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have no good ones.
Yeah, I've bombed before, and I know it.
Yeah.
I actually think that last Sunday show I did at Wiley's, I did not do very well.
Yeah.
I tried
thought
some
it
new
was
stuff.
just
I
fine.
went
I was
back
there.
to some older stuff, and I was just, I don't know.
I bombed,
Actually, you were hosting, right?
I bombed
Yeah.
2
Yeah, I
weeks
thought
ago
you were
like you
good.
would never believe.
No way.
Look here, man.
Where at? Where at?
I bombed down in St. First of all, I got to give you the backstory, man.
All right.
People call me up. I'm halfway asleep. They ask me, do I want to do a class reunion? You know how you are when you're in comedy. You're like, yeah, I ain't got nothing going on that week. Give it to me. Money wasn't nothing. I almost cussed right there when I said that. But
Calm down, Ray.
We'll revisit the money. Let me just say this.
Calm down, Rick.
I couldn't buy a good pair of Nikes with the money they wanted to pay me, but it was in Cincinnati. And they wanted me to do a class reunion for the class of 1968.
Wow.
I wasn't even born in 68. I wasn't even here. I was just a dog. So I say it. I forget that I'm even doing the show. It was so oblivious to me because they asked me like months in advance. So they called me. They asked me to tell me to go there. I'm like, God, I really didn't even want to do it. My mind was like, do you really want to do this? It was like sex. Like, I should just pull out. Nothing's good going to come out of this night. I mean, this is like a
Just
person.
bail.
This
Just
is
bail.
like no. It's like a show for my mom's crowd. My mom hates me. She doesn't understand my comedy. None of it makes sense to me. It makes sense. I get down there. First off, I get down there. They gave me the wrong time to be there,
Nice.
so I'm there too early. And the lady that's booking me, or whoever she is, God bless her, she's one of these people that's trying to do everything. So she's halfway talking to me. I don't want to be there. Now, part 2, the air conditioner's not working. So now I'm here too early. The air's not working. These people are like 70 years old.
It's a 50-year class
Yeah,
reunion.
50-year class reunion. Really, they want to see each other because they actually don't know when they're going to see each other again.
Right,
If
yeah.
not
Right,
tomorrow. You
right.
know,
Oh, yeah.
this is like real. I need to see you.
And how many people was it? About?
It was a nice crowd. There was probably about 50, 60 people there.
That's not bad.
You know, and so I have to wait like an hour, 15 minutes to go on stage. Now, take it, the dance floor is a stage, which we've all done before.
Yeah.
What you haven't done is when they put the crowd on the left and the right of you. Like I'm Moses.
No,
Yeah.
Oh.
So and now I'm looking at a
That's
wall
great.
that just has a video camera, like I'm being interrogated or something.
Oh.
So now I'm sitting there like, what do y'all want me to do? Then they already had fed them. I said, I'd rather go on before they eat, because, you know, before you eat, you feel better. These
Right.
people already ate. They're farting, they're sleeping, they're slobbering. These people are ready to go. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
I get up there. Now, the room is basically mostly black. There's some white people. But you know how we crack at the club. There was a group of all white people sitting at a table. I said, wow, you guys came out like 50 years ago, and I see nothing's changed from the lunchroom, huh? Segregation still exists in here. Nothing.
Wow.
No jokes. Nothing.
Oh, man.
Then I go into my spiel. I talk about I use the bathroom on myself because I'm getting older. Oh, man, they took it as if I was talking about 10 minutes in, I'm dead. They're like, boo.
He's talking about you, George. You dribble everywhere.
70-year-olds are booing you.
Yeah, man, it was horrible. They get me off. Long story short, I still haven't got paid my money yet, though. After they made me fill out a contract. I didn't even want to, so I have a contract.
They made you fill out.
They made me give them a contract. I had to make a contract.
You had to write it?
Yeah, I had
and
to
send
write
it to them.
and send it to them for the gas money that they owe me now. And it was a terrible night. God.
Reunion comedy shows are a terrible idea. One of my worst shows was actually it was a reunion for a nearby college. I'm not going to say where. They never paid me. But it was
state.
Yeah.
Close.
You can work it off. Do a radio show.
But when they brought me into this auditorium beforehand, it was real nice looking. They said it's going to be 75 to 100 people. Well, you can get away with stuff with 75 to 100 people in a dark room because there's anonymity.
Yeah.
But what the reality of what happened is they didn't turn any of the lights off, and there were about 12 people that all knew each other in a very, very easily offended college group. And I did 20 minutes. Well, okay, the first 5 minutes I did clean, and they hated me. So after that, I thought was supposed to do 20 minutes. I thought I could probably get away with leaving in 15. I gave them 25 because after they made me mad in the first 5 minutes of just being terrible, I just started dumping all kinds of stuff, trying to get, it's like if I can't make you laugh, I'm going to make you mad. Right. And they never paid me. In fact, the person that booked me, I told her eventually, I just said, go ahead and keep it. You'll probably need it, because she was afraid she was not going to have a job when she went back in. Because of me. So
I'm going to tell him I'm going to sue him. Well, I know I'm not, but it'll cost me more to sue him than to get paid. So, but no, I guess they were like, I mean, how do you, this is, people out there, if you're watching on Facebook, if you want a comedian or anybody, treat it as a business. Don't hire me if you haven't looked at any of my material.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to come in here. You won't.
Don't expect me to change my routine accordingly.
I don't even know. I don't have material for 70-year-olds. I don't have.
Yeah.
I don't know what they like. I'm a dirty little boy. That's the best.
Man,
I
bet
tell.
that room smelled like Depends. Did it?
It depends.
It depends.
On that note, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to have to take a break.
Break time.
Yep, I'm going to play a little Potter's Field, and we will be back here shortly.
Black people know what Potter's Field is.
Break
on Facebook Live.
Well, they're going to learn. We'll be back in a few
in the
minutes.
auditorium when you can say ambiguity or something like that. I've been confused. Thinking
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker at Wiley's Comedy Club, and you're listening to WWSU 106.9. I swear to God.
All right, we're back on the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with our everybody Facebook Living.
Everybody's Facebook
I
Live
gotta
right
get
now.
back on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got to hold
Ray's
up the
late
show.
again.
Yep. Butch Russell still sitting in as guest co-host
Here,
for the week.
Present.
Jeffrey Daniel still sitting over there making bad jokes. And
Making bad jokes. What you
and
kidding?
Ray Jackson is still trying to go live.
I'm
so-
about to, man.
He's
Give me
he's
a second.
about to go
figuring it
live.
out.
So we're gonna hit some news stories
All right, here comes the news.
before we get a little off track again. Like I said, there's this is an animal show.
It's a fur. Yeah, it's a fur news.
It's not all fur. Some of them are scaly.
Okay.
Some of them are just strange. They're all strange. You better believe it. EWE. You.
I can't wait till
better
he talks
believe
about
it.
the sheep. Watch how he
Manhattan's-
talks then.
That's bad.
Manhattan's Basilica of Old St. Patrick's Cathedral has welcomed 3 new landscapers.
Landscapers.
Yeah, you caught that.
Yeah.
That will spend the next 6 weeks tending to the churchyard's grounds and bringing a rustic scene to the hustle and bustle of city living. The newest members of the flock, named Houston, Prince, and Spring. Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah. According to the New York Post, are the 5th group of sheep to be brought to the church and will spend their visit grazing on the historic grounds. It's a tradition at the church since 2014. If it's that old of a church, shouldn't they have traditions beyond that?
I would think so too. And what's with
And if it's only been 4 years, can you really call that a tradition?
No.
That's that's just a regular thing at this,
This is the
point.
I think it's a
not-
coincidence.
yeah.
fifth
Yeah.
flock
Yeah.
of sheep that they've had too?
This is the 5th flock
What
of
happened
sheep
to the
that
other
they've
4?
had. My
Lamb
guess would
chops.
be dinner, yeah.
Yeah. No wonder it's a
It's
tradition.
Or
It's
they
a tradition at
rented
the
them to
church.
bandstands.
Yeah.
Since 2014, Monsignor Donald Sacano has said previously that the idea started with a conversation he had with a groundskeeper, who they probably fired, who was planning to retire. I joked, "What do you expect me to do now? Get sheep?" He said. The second I said it, I thought that might be a good idea, even though I knew nothing about sheep keeping here in New York City. So New York City sheep.
New York
New York
City.
City.
Yes, that's where. Because if you're going to have sheep tend your grounds at a church, you should do it in New York.
I didn't know that sheep automatically made your place look rustic either. I didn't think if we just get some sheep and put them in my front yard,
It'll be a
rustic.
rustic
Yeah.
front
That's
yard
rustic.
at that point. Yes.
I think aged wood when I hear rustic. I don't think sheep.
I think
He's
if
sitting
you
right
had
there.
girlfriends-
Yes. That's funny because Butch gets aged wood when he talks about
I
sheep.
do.
Funny.
Very good, Don.
That was nice.
This is way too white of a
That
subject.
wasn't. Yeah, Ray hasn't said a word.
I don't know what y'all talking about. When you said it was 5 sheep, I thought it was a math problem, and I was like,
Were you falling
where's the
asleep?
next story at?
You falling
All right.
asleep because you're counting sheep?
Yeah, I was like, are they having sex with? Is this a story about having sex with sheep? 'Cause I was like, I don't know what they talking about right now.
More news.
Yeah. Oddly enough, it's not the first member of the flock that Priesters had sex with.
Oh.
Jurassic Park fans, this one's for you. A Japanese hotel is offering guests one of the strangest check-in experiences possible, a reception desk manned by robot dinosaurs. Whether it's Japanese, English, Chinese, or Korean, the pair of dinosaurs are more than happy to assist customers arriving at the hotel in East Tokyo through the use of a tablet system. So they're not really checking them in. They're just standing there while you check yourself in.
Right.
The hotel belongs to Hen Na,
No.
whose name means weird hotel chain, which claims to offer the world's first hotels staffed by robots. The robots detect guest motion on approach and bellow out welcome and gesture with their long arms. I guess it's not a T-Rex. That's because they don't have long arms.
right.
That's quite scary, though. Like,
So, are the dinosaurs like cleaning out the room or something, or do they just greet you in the front?
Oh,
Or
they
apparently,
greet you in
there's
the
just
front. Apparently
two behind the front desk.
However, the icing on the cake are the tiny bellboy hats perched atop their heads. Yet, despite the novelty of the situation, the hotel's manager, Yukio Nagai, has said that customers find the dinosaurs slightly unnerving.
Who'd have thunk
Yeah,
it?
in the morning
You
you
think?
come walking through there drunk. Damn dinosaur up there.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm jumping, I'm peeing on myself and everything.
That's
what
not right.
what was the idea?
It's frightening.
We need an eye catcher.
Yeah.
We need eye catcher.
I catch up.
We need dinosaur. Dinosaur, guy. People love dinosaur. They
Yeah,
come in, they
good.
see dinosaur. Dinosaur say hello.
That'd be scary though.
So
Konnichiwa.
would you stay there? Is
That'd
that would be my question.
I'd have to check it. I doubt I would check in there. I'd have a hotel at like the regular one across the regular hotel across the street, but I'd go over there just to check it out.
Oh, okay.
Just for
So
the-
you'd be
For
afraid
the fun
of
of it.
you would
I'd
be afraid of the
I
dinosaur.
mean, one of those little bellboys, go sentient and like just tears your arm off as it, you never know. No, thank you.
Where do you find these stories?
That's not even, I don't even think sentient's the
what
right
kind
word.
of cable do you have where you find the
I-
stories
what?
about dinosaurs?
I cannot give up my sources.
Yeah,
That's
it's anonymous source, right?
That
You
is,
know
yeah.
about that.
Yep. There's,
I got a lot of black viewers, so I just want. This is what white people discuss, son. This is what they talk
Yep.
about.
Hi,
Yep.
black viewers.
yep. This is welcome to the White Life Radio
Yeah.
Show.
featuring Ray Jackson. Just for a little while.
Yeah.
y'all.
So are white people just that much more prone to go to Japan than black people? Is that you said it's in Japan, right?
It's in
Other-
Japan.
It's in
You
Japan.
know what? Other than the military, I've never known a black person that actually just
Like go,
wanted to go to Asia.
yeah,
On purpose.
Like
right. Yeah.
we're going to Asia. Like
just
and it's wild, man. It's the experiences that of white people are very different, and I want to be in on it sometime.
I would love to. I would love to go. Like Japan's like a top
Japan
spot
in a
for me.
hotel.
Yeah.
Staffed by
I
robot
wanna go
dinosaurs.
skiing. I want to go to Aspen or
Like-
something. Take me with y'all.
skiing.
I as white as I am, I've never been skiing.
What?
I've been snowboarding, probably.
You know
never
what?
been skiing
I thought
though
you
either.
said as wide as I am. I was about to be like, no, you shouldn't, and you shouldn't go.
Exactly.
Trying
I'm
to stop all that is going to be a problem, man.
I'm an avalanche just by myself.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. There's something fishy going on here. A store in Kuwait has reportedly been shut down after it was discovered that its owners were sticking googly eyes on fish in an attempt to make them appear fresher. Images of one fish, which were uploaded to Twitter by Al Bayan newspaper on Saturday, left users hilarious disbelief at the creativeness of the store's owners. As one would expect, there were plenty of on-point fish puns. Such as, I hope they find him
Yeah.
guilty.
Gil.
Yeah, they were bad. They were bad.
That was bad.
Yeah, that was just a bad story.
I like.
We should.
I like the thought of it, the googly eye on the fish. It brings a good image to mind. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Well,
just-
there
it's
were-
already
there
a
were
dead
pictures. It
mackerel.
was
We're
fun,
gonna
yeah.
stick some googly eyes on it. And how is that
Exactly.
selling it? Anyone who's going in there to buy any kind of bait should know at least what a decent fish looks
Yeah.
like. You would think if a googly eye, if you're selling that, like you're making money off the googly eyes, then good for you.
Yeah,
and
that
shame
would be-
on those
yeah.
fishermen who call themselves fishermen.
Yeah.
Okay. And this was in Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
So we're getting
Another
closer.
place I have
Getting
no
closer.
interest in.
Yeah.
Fish market in
It's a
Kuwait.
white place on
Getting
the other
closer
Nah,
to
side.
Africa.
they don't want you. No, not you. I cut the hand off. Don't you touch them fish.
Yeah, just put googly eyes on them. They'll
Oh,
look
good.
they'll look
Googly
fresh.
eyes.
What else you got, man? What else over there?
Let's see.
Moving right along.
Well, I brought this up. I brought this up in the segment in the last when I sat in with Patrick and the Raider Up show before us. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll discuss it now. A nondescript Toronto shopping plaza is set to welcome a new tenant in September that advertises itself as the first sex doll brothel in North America.
Now we talk.
Aura Dolls, not Aura. Aura.
Aura.
Aura Dolls, which will operate alongside a nail salon, massage parlor, and dry cleaner, because you're going to need it anyway. Promises to bring its patrons, quote, a new, exciting way to achieve their needs without the many restrictions and limitations that a real partner may come with.
Oh.
The company's marketing director,
nagging-
Claire Lee, told City News that there will be no human staff in the brothel section, and the customers are unlikely to bump into a single person during their visit. They put their payment down on the counter and they go straight to their room. We don't have staff there, just a camera. That'll make you feel comfortable.
Well, who's cleaning up?
Exactly.
Who wants to go second?
The
That is a-
payment is taken at the beginning. You go into the room, do your time, and just leave. The company's website states it hopes It hopes each visitor can enjoy any fantasy or fetish without judgment or shame, bringing the ultimate sexual experience. Customers will be charged $60 to
$60.
$60 minimum. $60 to set minimum.
For how long?
Well, I don't have all that information.
Well,
I'm going to have to check
more
them
on the
out.
brochure. I need to know
Because-
how much time I get, and how
It says-
I can go right in. I don't
Between
have to listen to
60
no bad talk.
Between $60 and $742 for their time with the dolls. And our
Where are they
quality-
maxing out? Where did they get that number? Where did they get that number?
Between $60 and $742.
What is the significance of $742?
That must be for the anal.
Yeah.
That's how much they'll take. Like,
It's an anal, and
Yeah, well, I'd imagine you get different sections of the dolls. If you just want a little.
oh,
Anyway, the website promised that each doll is thoroughly sanitized between clients. My question is, like you said, who's doing it? They have no human staff there.
You know what you can get? You know what
It's
you
up to
can
the
get
client.
for $100? A real person. Why get a doll when you can? Well, who wants? I 700 for. I'm going to have to go buy me a couch.
Sounds like right up my alley. I'm the
Better
shy
go buy
type.
some lotion for 99 cents from Big Lots. You
you can get a big bottle for 99 cents.
Yeah, get you a big.
Get the big
extra-
bottle.
Imagine how much lotion you can get for $742.
That's serious. I need to.
That's some Sam's Club lotion right there.
Yeah,
But you must. I think
that's the thing.
742 must be for the whole dog. You can
When
just,
they-
you
when
can
there's-
just
Just
take
take
her
it
with
home.
you.
Yeah.
When
just
there's
take it
that
home.
much of a price gap, there has to be different doll quality. Like the top quality real feel dolls, the $742, $60. They cut a hole in a Kleenex box.
I was getting ready to say
Yeah.
Kleenex box.
Yeah. There you go.
They hand you a sock.
Who came up with this though? Like who was so hard pressed that they couldn't get with nobody that they was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make a doll.
Apparently,
And
the
just-
sex dolls are a big thing. I mean, they've been going for a
that's-
while now.
Yeah,
And
well,
I
they've
get
been
it.
around for a while.
Yeah.
Look, he knows all the research.
I do.
He's
Yeah,
done
I
all-
do. If you
Look,
go to-
they've been going for a while.
Yeah, go to www.mysexdoll.jeff.
Yep, he has all. He has
Jeff.
Jeffrey Daniels, Jeffrey Daniel, not
Jeffrey
Jeff
Daniel. It
Daniels,
doesn't
yeah.
matter at this
That's,
point.
Yeah, I don't
what is
want
he,
to. I don't want to
Jeffrey
slander. I don't want to slander Jeff Daniels.
He
got
has
the money to
he's
come
done
in.
nothing to you.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't call
Jeff-
him Jeffrey Dahmer.
I had a bit about that for a long time where they used to call me that instead of Jeff Daniels, and that's what, twerked me. But
When did that start
every-
in school?
what? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No.
that's
Oh,
so
kids are
mean.
ruthless.
No, your
So
sex
mean.
your
Kids are
sex
ruthless.
doll edition.
My sex
addiction.
doll.
When did
Oh, in
that
school as
start?
well.
Or your collection. That
In
started
school
in
as well.
school, Yeah.
About the same time as the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Well, that's probably why they started calling you that.
Well, yeah.
You people really need therapy.
Absolutely, Ray. But hey, we're down to the last 10 minutes. And
Oh.
I know you have.
10 minutes.
Speaking of sex dolls, I know you have some things to plug, Ray.
Oh man!
Oh, yeah.
Let's plug
Oh,
some
yeah.
things.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
That's,
just let me
now
see
that's
here.
a good segue.
That was-
That was
That's
good.
a great segue.
Yeah.
September the 10th,
September 10th.
Steiner Speakeasy in Chillicothe, Ohio, 8 p.m. Next Sunday, right here in beautiful downtown Dayton, Hannah's on Ludlow, 121 Ludlow Street, 6 to 9, spoken word Sunday. Ladies free before 7 p.m. Dolls, $10. September the 21st, we're back at Wiley's with a good friend, Nate Washington,
Yep.
as we both welcome in Hope Flood from BET HBO Def Comedy Jam. Friday, September the 21st. Go to Wiley'sComedyClub.com.
Wiley'sComedy.com.
Wiley's Comedy. I got
Yeah.
one of the
Yep, you can't have club in there because it actually goes to something else.
It goes to the sex doll website.
Right,
No,
right.
no.
It's an automatic link
It doesn't.
Wiley, so what
to
is it
Jeffrey
again?
Daniels.
That's right.
Wiley'sComedy.com.
Yes,
Go
sir.
look
yes,
that
sir.
up. Get your tickets. See what's going on. You have me, Nate Washington, Hope Flood. Great time. And then the week of, I think, September the 24th, I don't know exactly the day, I got selected to perform in the World Series of Comedy, the top 101 comics in the country at the Belle Terre Casino in Indiana?
Yeah, nice.
Belle Terre, Indiana. Hell, I don't know. It's
World Series.
We'll figure it out. Hopefully, it ain't nobody that's 70 years old in there.
I think Nate's a part of that too.
I got hurt to
there
get
are a lot of
home,
good
man,
people in
because
there.
it's a big night for black people. The Bobby Brown story will be airing tonight on
Bobby
BET.
Brown.
I'm not making this up, man. The Bobby Brown story is coming on tonight, man. I got to go buy me a 40-ounce of Old English for old time in reference to Bobby Brown. So if some of you people don't know, Bobby Brown was once in New Edition. He went out on his own, and he had like the number one.
It was his prerogative, man.
Yeah, he replayed. Well, I think in 1990, I didn't know this, but me and Bobby, I opened up for Bobby Brown once, for real.
Really?
Years ago. And he told me he had the number one album in the country for the year of 1990.
Really?
Yeah, he was like...
I didn't know that. That's big.
I can't even tell you how he said it,
big.
but he was like, I was the man. I can't tell you exactly, because you'll really get shut down because our conversation. And then I was like, I got some beer back there, and we was drinking, and his brother came by. I was like, don't give Bobby no beer. He won't go on stage if you get him drunk. I was like, I didn't know. I was like, Bob, get out of here. You shouldn't even be back here with me. Get away. I had already did my sit, so I could have cared less.
Yeah, you just
hanging
out.
There.
You just hanging out. Yeah.
I was like, every little drink you take. We was tripping. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's what I got going on, man. But the one that people can come to, Wiley's, September the 21st, handles every Sunday, man. And just look us up, man. We'll be at back at Wiley's on Sunday too. Sunday Comics. So you want to see some up and coming comedians and a few veterans out there. Get down there. I feel like I'm running the show now.
Absolutely. I've
hijacked
let you
the
take
show.
over it.
It's all you, right?
Dog, where's my check? It's gonna be for nothing.
Well, I was going to let Jeff do some promos.
He
too
really
for
just
shows
hyped everything I was going to say.
No,
you're straight.
He's got coming up, but we'll never get those 3.5 seconds back.
That's right. It's gone.
Do you have any shows coming up, Jeff?
I'm waiting for my confirmation email from Karen. So either here on the 16th, I'll be at Wiley's, or 2 weeks after that, I'll be at Wiley's.
Cool. I get
So
to
the
host
Sunday-
the weekend.
Sunday
finally, the
comic,
14th
I mean-
and 15th.
Wow.
Joe Bates.
I'll always hype Wiley's Sunday Comics. That's
really
first place I did my show.
To host. That's,
Whether you're there or not,
that's
Don, I'll
pretty
still be
bad.
hyping it.
All right, cool.
So-
I appreciate that.
There's that. I mean, come see me at Barrel House on Thursday at 8. I think it is. They got a music. They got a music and
beers, different beers. Come check. I might stop through.
Yeah, come on through there. Right after that, same night on Thursday at 10, be down at Hookah Bazaar on Patterson. Hookah Bazaar and
you
Kettering.
can smoke tobacco in there too.
Yeah, you
It's a
can
beautiful
straight
thing,
come in
yeah.
and sit down.
But you can't drink no alcohol.
No, they'll check your alcohol. But here soon, I think they're getting ready to be selling.
They were like, you can smoke. And I was like,
you can't drink in there?
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
you can drink, just not alcohol.
I think they're getting ready to get like their license, like tobacco and alky and stuff. So
Don't worry
you'll
about
be
it.
able
That's
to,
when it's
yeah.
going to get
That's-
shut, and
that's
it'll be
up to
on
them.
Channel 7 later
That's
that
up to
morning.
them. Yeah.
Go ahead and mix the two together if you want to.
Yeah, but that's all I
Butch,
got.
we'll go ahead and see what you have to promote coming up, and I was going to let you know
Be
that
an Uber driver. That's what he's promoting.
I'm
He'll
part
pick
owner
you
of the
up.
club, and I had to
If you
ask
buy
to
right
get a
steak
weekend.
and you need a ride, call
You're
Butch.
good.
Have your credit card out.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Take it away, Butch.
All right.
I apologize for throwing ice at you.
Hey, I got it on the radio.
20 years ago.
Never apologize.
20
for that.
years
He
ago.
deserved
I
it.
wasn't doing
That's a-
comedy 20 years ago, but if you would have said 18, you would have been right.
Yeah, it's been a while. But
I was probably drunk or something. Somebody
All right.
probably told me to do it. I'm sorry.
You
That's
got
cool.
you got a minute left.
I got a
So take
minute.
it away.
left.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody
All right.
check it out this fall. A movie that I'm in called Black Mamba's coming out,
I get to be in that too.
and Don Smith's in it too. So check it out on Redbox. And this month, the 26th, I think it's NBC. The premiere of Chicago Fire is coming on. I'll be playing a doctor on there, so I know all those big medical gynecology
He'll
word.
be playing
So
doctor.
I'll
again.
be playing doctor. I'm not
Man,
one, but I'll
cool.
be playing one on TV. So
You've
check
been
it out
on
on the
TV.
26th. And I'm not doing any comedy right now because I haven't got any invites. But
You an actor now. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
He's
He's made
made
the switch.
Got him a SAG card and everything.
yeah, so
No, it started to sag years ago.
years and years ago, yeah.
Had that
So
long
check it
time.
out. Yeah, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD's all on one night now, and I believe it's NBC. So come check it out. That's all I'm doing.
I just want to let Jeff know before we sign off. He did get a message. I love that you have Jeff on. That gentleman is so funny. He seduces me with his comedy, and that is from a web user named Anita Pancake.
Anita Pancake.
Anita
Oh.
Pancake.
Well, thank you so much, Anita Pancake, for paying attention to this hour.
That ain't
I'm glad my
nobody but
comedy
Holly
makes you
Shaw.
giggle.
That's what I figured. That's Holly Shaw.
All right.
Oh, Holly.
Oh, Holly.
But you did a fantastic
Hey, thanks,
job as guest
thanks.
co-host. Thanks for coming in. Jeffrey Daniel, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Ray Jackson, always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
I enjoyed it.
That's all we got. We will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check us out on Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network or wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we're on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM with a repeat broadcast on Wednesdays from noon to 2, or you can always stream the show live at WWSU1069.org. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email the life1069 at gmail.com.
brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me. I am a brutal presence. I will impose my will.
Because I am a mean, terrible person.